Are you thinking of pursuing your master's in marketing in the UK? Is it really worth the 1,20,000 investment over the 3 years of 1 year of your degree and 2 years of post visa? Do you really get jobs? What is the average salary? Why are so many people returning back to their home countries? What is the reality? Well, this video is just for you. I'm sure a lot of you are in this position where you want to go abroad and study in the UK, but the news is kind of scaring you. Like people are not getting jobs, the job market is really bad, the economic status, the downfall of Britain. Well, this video, I'm going to share my experience. So I did my master's in international marketing from King's College London, and I graduated in the September 2022 batch. So I've done that, I've got jobs, I've worked there for 2 years with my PSW, and I'm back home now. And I'm going to share my entire experience of how many ex-students from my class actually did manage to get jobs, what is the reality, why are not many people getting jobs, and what you need to do to prepare now to make your journey easier in the future. So this is an ultimate guide, and I'm going to make this for different subjects like marketing, HR, supply chain. So if there is any subject you want me to cover, do comment below. And also, if you want to buy my statement of purpose I wrote to get into King's College London, that's also in the description box below. And if you want to book a one-on-one call with me, the link is down there as well. I've added all the timestamps accordingly, so make sure you can see what is relevant and watch this entire video so that you can make an informed decision of what is right for you and what is not. So the first thing is, why do so many students want to study marketing in the UK? I think it's one of the biggest degrees where majority of the students who come to the UK are studying marketing. There was a running joke when I was in London, which I did not find funny, but people used to say that if you throw a stone at any random person in UK, they would probably be studying marketing. So the competition is really high. But why do so many students go there to study? The first thing is because it's a non-STEM degree. US does not have good visa options for non-STEM degrees. So US is not an option. Other options are Canada or Australia, which are mostly English-speaking countries, but they offer a 2-year degree compared to UK, which just has a 1-year degree. So a lot of students find UK as the best option to get there. Also, the PSW visa really adds to, the billing of it, that okay, let's study marketing, and then within 2 years, so definitely we'll get a job and life is sorted. But unfortunately, that's far from the case. Marketing is a degree which is for everybody who loves creativity, storytelling, branding, but also enjoys the technical part of it, like running ads, CRM, HubSpot, and base your marketing decisions on data. It's not just being creative all the time, but also making informed decisions. And UK has so many marketing courses to offer, from marketing MSc, strategic marketing, marketing and communication, marketing and public relations, marketing, la 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 la. So like there's a plethora of options you can choose from. But if you go through the course degree in detail, you will understand what's better for you. So I've made like a video on how to choose which university you have to go to. So do check that out. And I've told you about the exact process that you can use to choose what is right for you and what is not. And I've linked it right here, or it's in the description box below as well. And now let us understand what it's like to study marketing in the UK. So marketing is actually a very practical subject. Like when you go to work, or if you know anything about it, it's all about, okay, we have this campaign that we want to launch. What is the design we should use? Whom you should target? What is the consumer audience? What is the consumer strategy? What is the consumer behavior? Okay, then what is a budget? A lot of things come into it. But unfortunately, a degree in marketing kind of fails to help you understand the practical aspect. So UK universities are very, very, very theoretical focused for the most part. So I made a video about Russell Group universities and modern universities, which again in the description box below. But Russell Group universities are essentially universities which are more highly ranked, but that is also because they are very theoretical focused. So if you see the top universities like Imperial College London, University College London, Edinburgh, King's College London, so these are top universities which are so research focused that it kind of takes away from the fun of marketing, to be honest. So if you think about my course, so I had subjects like brand building, I had consumer behavior, I have international marketing communications. But in class, what we learned was, okay, these are the theories that were made in like the 1950s, 1640s, and some kind of philosopher is saying these things about marketing. So even a subject like digital marketing was so theory focused that which kind of like appalled me. Of course, all the theories you learn would be translated into assignments. So yeah, some subjects do have exams, which is quite boring for marketing, but most of the subjects had assignments. But in assignments, can you choose to do what you want? No, you can't. It has to be based on some research, some theories that have been written. So if I decide that, for example, I have made an assignment for a marketing strategy for Spotify. It's a best video if you can see. If you speak Hindi, do check it out. That will take you step by step on what to do. But something like that, if I decided I want to take Spotify as a brand and I want to launch it in India, for example, I want to rebrand it in India. Why India is also one topic I really need to explain with facts. So I need to read newspapers, I need to read articles that Indian music market has been affected, what are the key players, and everything has to be, referenced accordingly. So for me, before I went, I used to be like, okay, I am so creative. I'm just going to take this brand. I'm going to decide, okay, I don't like the green color. I'm going to make it blue for just because it looks good. But yeah, a master's in UK in marketing will teach you the history, the reasons behind making these decisions, which is good. But when it comes to landing jobs, it's not ideal. So even though I graduated from one of the top universities in the UK, it was all great. But in my job interview, okay, Devyani, you've studied from King's, which is cool. But do you know how to run Facebook ads? No. Google ads? No. Email marketing? No. HubSpot? No. I was like, okay. Like all the things I know, like I know what Facebook ads is. Even in my assignment, we used to say that, okay, we're going to run Facebook ads based on this research. But actually opening Facebook and doing the, setting a budget, putting those requirements was not taught at all. So if I'm paying £30,000 for a degree, the practical knowledge is also equally important, which a lot of students have no idea about, and that's why they fail to get jobs. Even the final project, which is a dissertation, so you have to take one topic and go into the extreme niche of it, and after that you write a research paper on it. So if you're somebody who wants to do a PhD in marketing, then these degrees are really helpful. But if you really want to go in like a creative agency and just be, then this degree is not exactly going to get you there. Then you have to make your own base. So you would see a master's in marketing in the UK just as an entry point to the country. But after that, it's only and only on you to find a job. Because these colleges do not have placements. They do not, they do have a career cell, which is kind of generic, because my CV there was raved upon. They were like, oh my god, you have such a nice CV. You don't have to change anything. But when it came to real life, when I'm applying through LinkedIn and Indeed, how many calls was I receiving? Very, very few. So I had to use a very strategic process of going off the grid through networking and using my own way to land my jobs. And to let you know, the day I graduated, I got a job in marketing, which is at UAP, which I'm currently working at. And after 1 year, I applied for another job. I got that job. So I was doing two jobs. I was doing my full-time job at Times Higher Education, which is the ranking university like QS, and then UAP. So I had landed two jobs, but believe me, the process was way different than you can imagine. So if you're a fresher and looking for a job in the UK, you can book a call with me. I give one-on-one consultancy to freshers, but that's another topic. But yeah, so just the traditional way is almost impossible. So let's take, for example, a subject like law. Can a marketing professional perform as a solicitor? No. We have to go through the degree, we have to give the exams and everything. But can a lawyer do marketing? Definitely. So our competition is literally the entire world and every other subject. An engineer make the best marketers because they are so data based. They have a very analytical mindset. So a lot of engineers are taking marketing jobs, which is insane. So that is one thing you need to consider. So another thing you really need to consider is how much you're putting in. Do you get that in return? So what is a return on investment and what is the average salary for a marketing graduate? So this again, I'm talking mostly about freshers or people who have 1 or 2 years of experience. If you come with 4 or 5 years of experience, I'm going to talk about that a bit later. But overall, so for example, you're spending about £1,20,000 over 3 years. So most degrees in the UK cost between £15,000 to £40,000. So if you take the better universities which I recommend you to go to, like King's, Manchester, Warwick is a really good university, Cranfield. So all of these universities cost between like 25,000 to 30, 35, 40,000. Imperial is I think almost £40,000. So when I applied, my degree was King's College at about £30,000, which is today it is 35,800 pounds. Can you imagine? Like, it has increased by 5,000 pounds, which is crazy. So if you think about that, the living expenses in London, then the cost of PSW. So if you want a detailed breakdown, I'm adding that in the description box below. But overall, it comes to 1,20,000 ish. If you spend more, like, this is also, I'm being very stingy, okay? Like, I'm not thinking of like you're going out a lot, you're not spending a lot on groceries, you're cooking a lot at home. So considering all of that, but if not, it's going to be more. And if you're taking a loan, then the interest amount is going to be even higher. So let's just keep that aside. But let's just take the basic. So for a marketing graduate, honestly, the average salary is between 22,000 pounds to 30,000 pounds, 30 to 33,000 pounds, which is so less compared to people working in finance, software, tech degrees who are earning like starting it's 80k, 90k, 100k salaries, salary of 25,000 pounds a year, which is honestly so sad. The average salary of a person in the UK is 36,000. So that's the average. So you can imagine the cost of living is so high, but you're not earning so much. So if you think about 25,000 pounds, or maybe let's take for example your annual salary is 30,000. So on that, taxes, tick, 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 you're left with about 25,000 pounds a year. Then through that, your rent is only like 1 lakh, like 1,200 pounds. Tuck, 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 what is left in your hand is barely 400, 500 pounds, including like Wi-Fi bill, this, that, social life, which is honestly so bad. And considering all of this lifestyle and all of your savings, to break even, it's gonna take you so long. It's gonna take you so long. Yeah, at least 6-7 years of saving, paying up rent, not having a great social life. And if you think about it, after graduation, you actually only have 2 years to pay back, considering you get a job the day you graduate. This is a very unlikely scenario, and a lot of people are actually going through a lot of troubles because of that. They're not able to pay loans. They have to, give up on their houses. It is a very sad situation. So I would say, like, if you're coming, putting your family finances in risk and coming here for a better life, and if you're not ready to hustle your way up, then don't come at all, honestly. Like, here you have to be different, you have to work so hard. For me, I did almost 8 or 9 internships when I was in my undergrad. I had my YouTube channel going on, I had my affiliate website going on from King's College London. Still, for me to get a fresher's job was not easy. And one thing really changed. Again, if you want to know about that, you can comment below. I'll make a separate video. You can just book a one-on-one call with me. But yeah, it was not easy. So talking about how many of my friends I know have landed jobs with a sponsorship. So when you talk about like landing jobs in general, I think after 1 year of degree, so if I graduate 2022, by 2023-ish, most people had some kind of job. Like, they were working in their field, or working as a waiter, or working in like a bar or something like that. But in marketing, in a very core niche, honestly, very few. If I know 100, maybe 20 to 30 did land jobs in marketing, out of which today maybe 3 or 4 have landed sponsored jobs in the UK. So coming from the best of the best, it is still so hard. But when I look at other universities, yeah, I don't know, like, not many people have got jobs, and majority have came back to India or have switched careers. They're working in healthcare, or they're working in a bar who have got like a sponsorship or something like that. But in core marketing, honestly, there are very less. So talking about that, I think London is a bit more competitive. London has a lot of jobs, but the competition is also high. But smaller cities have less competition, but the jobs are also very less. And also the pay is sometimes very less. So if you go into some like smaller cities, I think it's like a higher chance for you to get a job. But even if you get a job, you won't have a social life. The weather is going to be very gloomy. Everything closes at 5 p.m. So a lot of people want to live in London. But if you're willing to make that sacrifice, definitely you will going to get a job outside London much easier than in London itself. So that's one thing you need to consider. So after graduation, you can work as anybody you want. You can work as social media managers, SEO expert, marketing coordinator, marketing assistant, like all these entry level jobs. and there are a lot of jobs there, but yes, you have to have some kind of experience to stand out. So I would recommend that if you're coming to the UK as a fresher, do not come. If you have like 1 or 2 internships, do not come, because majority of the people come with 1 or 2 internships or 1 or 2 years of experience, and that pool is so deep. But if you have like 3 or 4 years of good experience in India, you have actually worked with brands and you have some transferable skills, like things like search engine optimization, running Facebook Meta ads, CRM platforms like HubSpot or Salesforce, if you know data analytics software like Databox, or email marketing platforms like MailChimp or Acoustic, or events marketing thing like Visible. So these are our platforms which people want to handle. It's a very technical thing in marketing. So if you have experience in that, oh, your journey is going to be so much easier. But if you want to go in generic things like, social media management, anybody can do that, honestly. Like, that is a very big niche, and it's very hard to get into. Another piece of advice is, I've seen a lot of girls who want to get into fashion and beauty, and men want to get into tech and fitness and all of those things. So these are really glam subjects. So to get into these niches is a little bit hard. And also, when you're targeting, don't target the biggest companies first. So if you want to get into like BBC or Google or Meta, okay, it's gonna be hard, because firstly they need to sponsor you, which is not a big deal for them, but still the competition is really high. Like, for example, I applied for an entry level role at Times Higher Education, and along with me there were 400 other applicants. So because I used my own strategy, I could manage to land an interview, and I had to go through 4 rounds of interviews to get my job as an entry level marketing coordinator. So you can imagine what is the level of stakes that companies are going through. It's insane. So what I would recommend is, if you decide to come here, have a different niche that you're interested in. Maybe you can work in marketing for a dentist company, or in a school, or an NGO, or there's so many smaller niches which are not so exciting. Like, real estate is a big market which many people don't want to get to, but it has a lot of hiring. So you need to understand that. So when I got there, like, this took me a while to understand, but lucky you, I'm here to tell you that this is the best approach. The third, I don't know what number of thing is that you need to really work hard to be different. Because if you just go through a traditional way, sitting at home and just applying through Indeed, Easy Apply, or just Indeed, or LinkedIn, Indeed, or Glassdoor, and just saying like, okay, whatever, I'm deciding in my CV if it's not customized. So I also do have a service where I do CV reviews. So again, this is not for experienced people, this is only for freshers, and I will help you like make the CV the way it's supposed to be. But this is like a game changer. Like, if you're doing like the easy way approach, it's not gonna happen. You have to go on LinkedIn, you have to network, you have to message people, you have to connect and ask people for like references and jobs, and it's like another ball game. It's like you have to be in it to win it. If not, worst case, take your CVs, walk down the road, give it to companies, talk to them, and yeah, that's gonna definitely increase your chances of landing a job. But yeah, even if you do land a job, you need to consider the salaries are quite low. So to pay up for the loan you have taken is going to be almost impossible unless you get a sponsored job and you're working there for like at least 6-7 years. And then slowly but surely, of course, your salary is going to increase, and then that's going to definitely increase your chances of paying back. But yeah, if it's something really high stakes, wait for a few years, work in India, gain some real life experience, and only then move to the UK. I would recommend that you too do some research on your own. Go on LinkedIn, type in the university name and the course you want to study. For example, King's College London International Marketing, and go to people and see all the students who are studying there. See the 2021 batch, 2022 batch who have graduated, and how many of them have got a job. How long did it take them to get the first job? The 2021 batch, see how many people have actually stayed back in the country after graduation. So do your own research, make a very informed decision. It's not impossible, but yes, if you have money and time and a lot of dedication by your side, everything is possible. So don't worry, and if you have any other questions, do comment down below. I'll be more than happy to answer. And I'm doing this series for a lot of courses like HR, supply chain, So if there is any other specific course you want me to talk about, do comment that below as well, and see you in the next video. Bye.